Hey, English 102, welcome to week number 3. These are your Tuesday announcements and assignment overviews. So let's get started. Let's take a look at our calendar, hitting the calendar link. So this week in week 3, we have a few things on our calendar that are new, but they are important. So the first thing that you should be doing this week is reading your annotated bibliography assignment examples. It's really important that you know exactly what you're getting into with what you're creating in your teams. And we have a video to help you review MLA format. As you look at the assignment for your annotated bibliographies, please take a look at the rubric. You'll see that 20 points, a whole 20% of the 100 that you are responsible for this assignment, points that you'll receive, will come from MLA format. So while I don't expect that it's new for any of you, I do think probably all of us could use a review. Beyond that, of course, we have our week's discussion board, right? So for week 3, we'll be evaluating popular sources, right? So in this discussion board, I'm asking you to post both a credible source and a non-credible source. And then in your replies, your job is to kind of figure out which one you think is credible and which one you think is not, and tell your classmates. It will be helpful to you to watch the video posted in the week 3 materials right here that says evaluating the bias and objectivity of a source. So keeping that in mind might help us as we kind of work our way through this discussion board. All right, so the last thing that I really want to talk about is conferences. So most of you have already signed up for your team conferences. Some of you have conferences as early as today, and some of you have them next week. If your group, your team has not yet signed up for a conference, you need to do so like immediately, like pause this video and click the link to sign up for a conference. Every group that failed to sign up for a conference last week as directed, I emailed you yesterday. So you can also check your StudentSwick email account. You'll see an email from me. You can reply all to the message and talk to your group members and figure out a time. As always, if there is not time on the conference sign-up sheet that works for your group, let me know. There can always be dates and times added, so long as it works for all parties involved. This is really important. So before your conference, other things that you should be working on, right? I'm clicking on the link that says writing assignments and projects, and opening up our annotated bibliography folder that houses all of the things that you need to complete this assignment. So the first thing I'm going to click on is the members and the topic assignments, which will take you to, oops, wrong page. Let's go back. There we go. Sorry, y'all. This one, right? Before your conference, each group was assigned a Google Doc. Some of you have already started extensively using this Google Docs, great. There's some of you that don't have much posted yet, not so great. But before your conference, you at minimum have to have finished the proposal part. So in each of the documents, there are comments from me, right? Oh, there are lots of comments in this one. In that comment section, you'll see where it says your proposal assignment. There are 4 things that you have to have in your proposal assignment. Those 4 things are your research question, narrowed and focused, your thesis, which is what you think you're going to find from doing the research. You should have your group duties, who's doing what, and a timeline. What are the due dates that you're assigning yourself as far as rough drafts and getting things together that you can all review it? So all of those things are really the first things that we talk about in our conferences, and they need to be in the Google Doc provided. So between now and maybe later on today or next week, again, depending on when your conference is, you really need to get that done. Our conferences are only 15 minutes long. So normally we spend about the first 5 minutes going over the things that occur on that proposal and making sure that they're in line with the assignment, and we'll spend the rest of the time addressing your questions and the things that you've already done, so you can get feedback from me before submitting that final assignment. And the last thing I want to talk about today is how you access your conferences. So on the day of your conference, you will receive an email from me and it will say, use the link below to log into your conference. All of you have been added into a team that says Professor White's Office Space. And on that team is our Conferences and Office Hours channel. At the time of your conference, when you get to this page, by hitting that link in your email or logging into Teams however you normally do, whichever is easiest for you, there'll be a purple join link here. When you join the conference, often you'll be put in a waiting room until I can get everyone in together, because conferences go back to back. Some of them are longer or some of them are shorter. So this is where you need to be on time and ready to go when your conference starts. They are all online. None of them are in person.